Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will be guiding you through the process of setting up your TCL 605. Let's begin. Maybe it's TCL 605. I don't know. Anyway, the process of setting up your phone. First, we can begin with simply choosing our language. By default, it's the English, and I will stay with the default option. Then we also have vision settings for people with disabilities or just vision problems, like talkback, select to speak, magnifications, etc. I'm not going to bother with that, especially with the talkback, since it will interrupt me, so yeah. Now let's hit start and let's agree to terms and privacy. We have the ability to join the user experience improvement program, which sounds pretty cool, but in reality it means that they will just collect your data, so I will skip that. And let's click got it. Now we can connect to mobile network right now, if we want to. I'm going to skip since I don't have viable SIM cards, so I will ignore this. Because, you know, if you have problems with SIM cards, you can always do that later on via other tutorials on our channel. Now we should see the connection to our Wi-Fi, which is not skippable. Since I already have Wi-Fi, I couldn't really show you that. But all you want to do is basically input your password to the network of your choosing. By default, it's probably your network. So yeah. Now we have copy apps and data. This is incredibly important part, since I don't think you can later do that with like a built-in tools. You have to download some sort of third-party applications to be able to actually download the backup from your previous device. I will go with don't copy because I don't have other phone right next to me, so I will go with don't copy. But if you are a normal user, I would strongly advise you to go with a backup and a basic version from your previous device onto the new one. And as you can see, now we can log in into our Google account. Technically, you could skip this, but you will be losing a lot of features, and many of the stuff we'll later see in the video are actually Google related. So let's log in into our Google account, shall we? I will now hit next. Also, a little fun fact, you don't have to manually type in gmail.com, since by default Google is actually auto-completing it for you, so that's pretty cool. Though it won't really auto-complete the password, so you have to input your password manually. Just like I did right here. So let's go with next. And now we can set up parental control if you want to. In order to set it up, we can simply go with my child will be using this device and then hitting next. Though I'm not really a fan of it, since it will basically configure the family link, which for me it acts almost like a malware, to be honest. And most of people will not configuring parental controls, and if you want to, you can always watch our tutorial on that. But for now, I will simply go with I will be using this device. Now we need to agree to Google Terms of Service, so let's hit agree. And now the phone is getting our account info, we'll get a bunch of configuration stuff, but it shouldn't really take long. And as you can see, it's not. We have now date and time. By default, it's set to automatically, and we can also enable use location, which is pretty cool. Though I do see that they've managed to get a pretty nice time, so I will leave it. I will simply hit next. Now we can set up our fingerprint. I'm not going to do that, even though this is a nice security measure. I'm not going to do that since it's not necessary for the process. And we have tons of tutorials on how to set up your fingerprint on certain devices, so if you're struggling with that, you can watch just them instead. And the same things can be said about the face unlock, which once again is pretty cool as a security measure, but not directly related to our screen setup. Now we have a pin to set up. I will go with a simple 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go with next. But of course, if you are going with your PIN, just use something more concrete instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have some Google services. We can use location, allow scanning, send usage and diagnostic data. I will disable this, and this I will leave on. This will basically mean that we are selling our data, kind of, and we are wasting our precious battery life for sending stuff into Google. Same things could be said about allow scanning, so you could potentially disable it, and you will probably save a lot of battery using that, but it's completely up to you if you want to. So I will leave it as enabled. Let's go with accept. Now we have the Google Backup, which is also an incredible feature that I would strongly advise you to turn on. Having a backup is really important, especially because no one really knows what will happen tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Maybe you will lose your phone, maybe your phone will freeze to death, maybe something else happens. And having a backup of your data is incredibly important because, as I said before, one day something unfortunate will happen and you won't be prepared for it. So yeah, I would strongly advise you to turn on the backup. I'm going to go with don't, just because we only have one Google account, we have tons of devices to record, so it's not really worth it for us. But as a normal user, once again, I know I'm repeating myself, but it's incredibly important to have a backup. Whew. Okay, now we can search for our browser engine. I will go with Firefox, since I really like this browser. I will set it as default. And for search engine, we could go with Google, we can go with Brave. It doesn't really matter too much. I will go with Brave, but this will basically install another Brave, so yeah. And now we can continue setting up. Because I want this video to be a whole tutorial, I will go with continue. And as you can see, now we have different things. We can let contacts nearby find you and share you, which is a feature called Quick Share, and basically it's like fancy Bluetooth, but with a nice UI, I think. I agree to it, so I will agree to it. And now we can meet Gemini, our powerful AI assistant. This is pre-installed on every single phone. I won't go with Hey Google options because this makes it so our microphone is actually listening for that input, like always, so that's not very good. So I will disable it. And the Google Pay is also a pretty convenient way to pay via your phone. We can go with next, but in order to set it up, we would have to actually add a card, and I do not want to add any cards here because I don't want to show my card credentials. So I will skip that, but if you pay with your phone, I would also strongly advise you to go with next here. Now we can go with anything else. Another email account is pretty easy to add. Change how text displays is also pretty easy. Change wallpaper is incredibly easy, and we have tons of tutorial about that. Review additional apps is pretty good because we can click on that. And okay, that's disappointing. It's just some stuff from Google. I thought we would be able to remove bloatware from here, but yeah. And also control info on lock screen. This is basically simple notifications options in our lock screen. So let's hit next, and we are getting our phone ready for, I think, the last time. But of course we also have the home screen style. I will go with home and drawer screen, since the drawer screen is a pretty nice way to tidy your phone. I will leave the gesture navigation, since I think gestures are a pretty convenient way to use your device. Let's hit next. And finally, our setup is complete. And to be honest, so is the video. If you found it useful, remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.